What's up, everybody? This is JWong here. We have Tong, a person that doesn't sleep. That's why I put him in bed.
This makes a lot of sense now,
right? Look at your eyes. Your eyes can barely keep open,
bro. My body is unused to this feeling.
Yeah. So we're in Florida. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's nice to be in a house with air conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah, I just was in my car for 2 hours. I had no AC, so sweating my ass off. Now I don't sweat that much actually.
Hey, you don't do you wear deodorant?
Yeah.
What?
But also, I wear deodorant just so I can smell good. I wear it as like a substitute for cologne.
Okay.
So I don't smell bad.
It's a neutral smell.
Yeah, and I also don't sweat a lot.
Yeah, same.
People will be like, "Oh, Tong, you're overweight, so you probably sweat." Like, nah, my skinny friends are sweating like crazy, and I'm like,
That's why I couldn't spell deodorant.
Justin, your word is deodorant.
Wait, what?
Deodorant.
Bro, I never bought deodorant in my life. Why would I know what deodorant smells like?
Justin, stop telling on yourself, bro. Come on.
Because I don't use deodorant. Asian people don't use deodorant.
You gonna run it back for the next spelling bee though?
Whenever you run the next one,
right,
just don't give me deodorant, please.
The next one's gonna be antiperspirant.
Antiperspirant?
You never even heard of that word?
A-N-T-I. Say the word again.
Perspirant.
P-E-R. Perspirant. S-I-P-P-A-N-T.
No.
All right, so my thing is, you have a lot of members of TNS. Like, how come I'm not on TNS? When are you gonna sponsor me?
Bro, Justin never sleeps. That would be so sick.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, as soon as we lock in LeBron James, I think then we can get you. You know what I mean? Then then that's it.
I feel like I'm like more TNS than other people.
You are, bro. Honestly, we'd love it if you were like partnered with our company.
Yeah.
You're already a part of the family. You know what I mean? Everybody on TNS loves you. You know what I mean? You work with so many of us already.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. This whole thing was just a bit so he could be TNS, by the way. He said we're getting a podcast.
I just want to be part of TNS, you know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Look, people have tried to get in the bed with me for worse reasons than being on TNS.
Okay.
All right? So it's not the worst thing.
Okay. I'm gonna start changing my start GG, put TNS in front of it.
Please.
I'm gonna just do it.
Bet you won't.
What do you mean? I'm gonna do it for CEO. For this week right here, even though this podcast will come out later, you're gonna be like, oh, why is he TNS? Oh, that's why he's TNS. I'm gonna change my name. But speaking, I'm actually curious. So because you have so many people in TNS, like when you sign somebody, like what's the benefits of joining if you can like share? Like what do like some people get in TNS?
So, most of what we do is we don't, usually, have players or things like that. We have a couple of players that we like to support just because I like watching them play. But most of the time it's, production people and commentary people. So we want to, basically uplift the commentators in the scene, and we want to provide opportunities for a lot of the people that want to get into production or tournament organization. So they help us with online tournaments, which obviously we do compensate them for.
Yep.
And then afterwards, that gives them opportunities to help out at in-person events. And now we've gotten people that have full-time jobs at other companies in esports or something gaming related, or they contract for multiple events throughout the year. After they started with us. So that's really what I want to do. So that's one of the biggest things. The players, we pay for their travel, we pay for their reg, stuff like that. But outside of that, like, we're not like a a Team Liquid. I mean, maybe Team Liquid's the wrong team to bring up this week, but
they got body.
But yeah, obviously we're not paying people like $1 million salaries or anything like that. But yeah, we try to provide some opportunities for commentators and players to be able to get out to these events. Like Ramsey recently, obviously. I like watching Ramsey play.
Oh, you're putting another grappler out there?
I think Ramsey's the best geef in all America.
Okay.
All America. Look, no, you Itabashi Zangief fans, don't come after me, all right? But, I want to see him shine more. I want to see him get more opportunities. We have a couple other players that are, work with us, and they're Guilty Gear Strive players.
Yeah, you sponsored a Leo player that I bodied.
You did body him.
He was first in line in that pyramid. You understand that?
You do know he won DreamHack twice, right?
Yeah, he was trying to get that 50.
You beat him at his game. I mean, when you told me you beat him, I was like, he must have asked you to play Marvel 2 or something.
Now, he chose Strive. First in line, Strive. My man was there 30 minutes before the line started.
MFCR, if you're watching this, I can't believe you lost to JWong in your own game.
You know what he said? It was after he lost. He's like, I didn't know how he played. And I'm like, I don't play. Like, this is like week 1 May. That's all I was doing week 1 May. God. Dolphin, whiff punish, and everything. I had good blocks though. He tried to cross me up. He didn't think I was going to block the cross-ups.
Oh my! So you Wong factored him. Right?
What do you mean?
You made him second guess himself. He's like, well, Justin is special, so he's going to do things that I, when I do it, it's +2, but when he does it, it's +4.
I think he thought that I didn't know what Leo could do.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like, I like, even though I don't play, I watch a lot.
Yeah,
I've seen the game all the time, but yeah, it was just funny. I'm just saying, TNS JWong, it should happen.
I think so.
I think it's coming.
So. Can I tell you why? Like, I'm really, really passionate about giving like TOs and production people opportunities.
Yeah.
So there was a time before I started working in this space where I was just like a, small business owner at a video game store, boba shop, blah, blah, blah. And I ran my own regionals. And I went to a tournament, and one of my friends who was a really hardworking TO, I was like, hey, bro, how come you don't have a staff position here? Your buddy has a staff position here. He's like, oh, I don't know. I just volunteer here. I was like, man, you work so hard. He's like, yeah, but I don't, And I was like, it was obvious to me that he didn't know the right people.
Okay.
And he wasn't kissing the right kind of ass. And I was like, this is not okay. I'm not okay with this. I don't like how this works. So I wanted to get in the space and make sure that the people that were putting in work, that were passionate about the thing, were getting opportunities instead of just being good at kissing ass.
Yeah.
So
I respect that. No, that's nice. I actually want to move forward. I feel like we're talking too much serious stuff, right? All right. You're a big Sabrina Carpenter fan.
I am.
You listen to a lot of her music. What's your favorite song?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
You heard the new one, Man Child?
I have not heard that. I've seen the picture that promos it. I've seen that picture more times than I should probably admit to. But yeah, no, I'm really bad about listening to new music. It's because I put songs on my playlist and I just loop the same playlist over and
I
over
agree.
again.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, so there's like 4 or 5 songs from Sabrina. Obviously like Espresso is one of my favorite. I'm so bad with names.
Please.
That one's not my favorite.
Please.
That one's not my favorite. That was like okay for me because I felt like she was like attached to a toxic relationship guy, and I'm not really about that.
Okay.
And then what was the other one where she's like, I gotta look it up.
You might be a fake Sabrina Carpenter.
No, I'm just bad with names, bro. Nonsense and Feather. See, look. I pulled up my Spotify. What's the first thing you saw?
Yeah.
It's all Sabrina Carpenter.
Okay, you got
stuff.
some Illit in there. All right.
Yeah, I got a little.
You got the Instagram song.
But yeah, definitely. Also, Bedchem, obviously. What's going on right now is Bedchem,
Okay, Bedchem. So, because you're a Sabrina Carpenter fan, how old is she? If you're a true fan.
Damn, I'm so bad with this. Oh my God. Chris Hansen, don't come for me. 26?
Oh, it is 26.
Oh, I did it.
Wow. Okay. Did you know also, I'm not even going to ask you because you're definitely not going to know this.
Okay.
She also appeared in Law and Order at the age of 11.
I knew she was in like a bunch of smaller TV shows, but I did not know that.
So, because when I first saw her, I saw her from Girl Meets World. Like, you ever watch the show Boy Meets World?
I love Boy Meets World. Topanga?
So there's a spin-off where Topanga and Corey are married. They have a daughter, and then the next door neighbor, which is like her version of Shawn Michaels, that's Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh,
she's the Shawn Mike. I said Shawn Michaels. She's the Shawn. I said Shawn Michaels. She's the Shawn of Girl Meets World.
Oh, okay.
Like the bad one coming from the apartment window. From the upstairs and everything.
Yeah. I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew she was in a bunch of TV stuff, but I didn't.
Disney first, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how you go from Disney to just straight talking about, sex all the time and everything like that.
She likes big penises, whatever,
Guess that means I'm holding it with 2 hands.
Yeah. I went to a show. It's really good. You should go to a show. It's fantastic.
I'm not much of a concert person.
Really?
I don't like crowds. I know, like in my line of work, it doesn't make any sense, but I'm not a huge crowd. I'm not a big crowd. I don't like going to the movies or stuff like that. Sometimes I'll go to something if it's really fun. But
okay, I want to watch the Jackie Chan movie. No, the next Karate Kid.
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I definitely want to. I grew up watching so much Jackie Chan, bro. That's so good. My mom was a huge Jackie Chan fan.
Yeah.
I think she had a crush on him.
A lot of people did.
So we would watch him all the time. And of course, she speaks Chinese, so like.
So she watched before, like he came to, because the first American movie he came was like Rumble in the Bronx. That's when he became super famous in America.
Yeah.
But like before that, he obviously did a bunch of like Chinese films.
Oh yeah, the ones that look like Russian bootleg tapes. Yeah.
That
definitely.
one.
Those are the ones she was watching.
So how many jobs do you have?
Damn, everything that I do.
Like currently, right now, like how many jobs do you have? Because I feel like you always are working and not really enjoying yourself.
I mean, I enjoy my work.
Okay, so but I feel like you're always working then.
I am always working. I'm probably currently, working about, I want to say about 15 to 20 events directly.
Ooh.
So TNS, obviously, we help with, 30 to 40 events a year.
Yeah.
But I would say about 15 to 20. I can't, Evo, CB, CEO, Frosty Faustings, Level Up Expo. Those are, Arc World Tour, obviously. And then, we do like F2Con. Yeah, there's so many. It just keeps going and going. But yeah, I just like helping out with events.
Okay.
I mean, it's a really fun thing. Obviously, TNS was a job. I quit my full-time daytime job, DreamHack, because they were great, but it's just obviously the biggest chunk of my time, and I want to focus on growing FGC as much as I can.
The community aspect.
Yeah.
Right. No, I think that's. Everyone can see that, right? That you do so much, but it depends on your next take. Who's the best Marvel 3 player of all time?
The best Marvel 3 player of all time? Oh my God. Like, in the world or in this room?
In history.
In history, Marvel 3 player
Who's
best.
The best
Chris
Marvel?
G. It's Chris G. It's Chris. I can't, he was dominant for so long. I think he won the most majors in Marvel 3.
He did.
Yeah, so you really can't argue with results, right? Not that winning the major is everything, but it is a 1v1 sport. I say winning isn't everything because LeBron's still the GOAT in basketball, and he didn't win the most championships.
So Michael Jordan not the GOAT?
No, LeBron's the GOAT.
LeBron's the GOAT.
LeBron's 100%.
Okay, even though Michael Jordan got more rings.
LeBron went to more finals.
But he lost a lot too.
Okay, but you made it to more finals. LeBron, at least he didn't drown in pools. Jordan drowned in pools.
Nah, did LeBron pretty much? I mean, he lost round 1, I guess.
Yeah, but that's you made it out of pools and then you lost.
Okay.
LeBron ain't never drowned in pools.
Okay,
Jordan
he didn't drown in pools.
He
All
got
right.
carried too. He was playing Zero.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Yeah. So who's the best Marvel 3 player of all time in modern times?
Right now, if we say that Jabril is technically retired because obviously he won Evo, I would say it's probably LT. Liberal Terminator, I think, is absolutely the best player today.
So if you have Liberal Terminator right now versus Prime Chris G, in theory, who's winning?
If it's Prime Chris G,
first to 10.
I would have to give that to Chris.
Okay.
I would have to give a first to 10. I'd have to give it to Chris. And this is assuming that obviously Chris knows everything that's possible today in this game versus 2015.
Okay.
But yeah, because I think Chris won Evo in 2016, right?
He won 2016.
But I think his prime was 2013.
Oh, no, that was his prime, right? And I blocked him.
Yeah.
I stole it from him for sure.
You were playing a cheap team,
Word, yeah, that's true. I didn't deserve to win actually that game. I actually don't know how I won that game.
Wong factor.
It might have been. If there was a new school versus old school for Marvel 3, who would win and who would be on the team for the 5v5?
5v5, old school
versus new school. Who would be the team?
Okay, old school first because that one's easier to pick. Yeah. Obviously, you. I mean, it's going to be the Evo champs, right? We're talking everybody in their prime.
Okay.
So you in your prime, Chris G in his prime, Ryan OV in his prime, F Champ in his prime, and then Flocker in his prime.
Flocker, okay. So you would choose those 5 and not the original 5 gods. Do you remember the original 5 gods?
Who were the original 5 gods?
So it was me, Champ, Chris G, Flocker, and Eduardo, PR Raw.
So I said the same team, except instead of Eduardo, I put Ryan LV.
Yeah.
So we're matching on 4, but I swapped. Eduardo obviously a beast. I beat him, by the way, the last time we played the tournament.
But he was considered like one of the top gods.
2012, 2013, like he was godlike. It's not really his fault that his team was falling off of the meta as more people were switching off to Morrigan and Zero. Like if he was playing Nova Doom Virgil, if he was playing Magneto Doom Virgil, I think he would have kept going. But you already know the Wolverine struggle against Zero and Morgan. Now you overcame it back in the day because of your skill, but that doesn't mean that the character matchup was
for sure
unfavorable.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, so you had Ryan LV. That's a pretty. I didn't think about Ryan LV.
I think he's like borderline. Like obviously, if this was pre-COVID, you could never call him OG or old school because he's still pretty recent. He won his Evo in 2017, but I think in 2025, that was 8 years ago.
Sure.
So he's an OG now.
Okay, so then who would be on the new school team?
New school team. That one's LT.
Okay.
Escalante.
Okay.
Even though Escalante was playing back then, he's not a new school.
But he came. He's showing up right now.
Yeah, he wasn't winning majors back then. You know what I mean? I think those two, and then we're talking about. Man, after that, the skill gap kind of falls off a little bit.
Damn.
It's just those two guys are so Jabril, can we count Jabril?
Yeah, you count Jabril.
Okay, that's all we need. That's all we need. You guys are actually toast.
What do you mean?
Jabril got all of y'all now.
All of them? That's it?
You guys. I think so. After that, I mean, it's really hard to say who's up there because there's so many good players, but I think those three definitely a cut above the rest. I would say the only other players Dylan is kind of popping off now.
Dylan, but Chris just beat Dylan.
Yeah, Chris did just beat Dylan, but then Escalante beat Chris, right? Yeah. But Chris is kind of rusty still. That's how good Chris is,
that's
right?
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really not fair. But and then after that, I mean, like Dylan might be a flash in the pan though, because he just started winning majors this year, right?
Yeah.
No disrespect to Dylan, that's my homie, but because Evasion is just as good.
Evasion's good.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of people that play that aren't necessarily the top tier teams, kind of guys that but they're still playing. They're still super strong. Jason Kiddo, who beat Chris G, who double jeopardied Chris G actually, and Chris G is like the barometer, right? Because Chris G is so good. So like he double jeopardied Chris G at a Texas Showdown to win a major.
That's right.
Yeah, and then there's so many good players, but I feel like it's really hard to keep up with LT and Jabril and
So you would think the new school team will win?
Everybody in their prime. In their prime. I think there's a lot of stuff that the kids are doing now that you didn't know in 2013.
Like what?
I don't know.
I feel like the only thing is different is their movement.
Their movement is different, faster. I feel like the meta has changed, right? Because when you were playing, I don't feel like Spencer was this strong.
So I think the problem was
I know you played him a little bit.
I think the problem with Spencer back in the day was people knew Spencer was strong, but Spencer just didn't. I never felt scared against Spencer because Wolverine always fights Spencer.
Yeah.
So that's just how I felt about Spencer.
And now it feels like Spencer kills you, and then the next two characters is done. It's done. Dormammu, obviously, like Champ was really breaking through on the Dormammu front.
Yeah.
But now everybody's exploited it. It's a common thing now.
Common character.
It's kind of like how when Chris was first doing the Astral thing, and it was like, oh my God, he can't believe he's doing this. Or somebody started doing sword loops, and now every Joe Schmo is doing sword loops, right? It's kind of like comparing 60s basketball where somebody's like finally dunking it, or 70s basketball, like, oh man, that guy touched the rim and dunked it. And then now it's like, you got 7th graders just dunking the ball now.
I feel like I think the thing is, I think people you could still make this event happen though.
Can we?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
If there was like let's say if there was a sponsorship, then I think people would be willing to play.
I would love to see that. I don't know if you guys still got it like that.
The problem with I just can't trust if Ryan V will show up or not.
Oh yeah, we'll have to go to it. We'll have to do the tournament from his house.
Right, we have to go to Vegas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Ryan LB did show up and level up though. Shout outs to Ryan for actually coming out because the fans want to see Ryan.
Yeah.
There's nobody that gets asked for more than Ryan LV.
Nice.
So I think it's because people see his team still being played.
They see Chung Lee and everything like that.
Yeah, they don't really see your team being played. So
nobody plays my team.
There's one guy that plays your team. He's pretty decent.
I saw it. He enters TNS sometimes.
Yeah, he's pretty decent actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I was actually, I was like, damn, he's making it where he's not, he's no Justin Wong, but But yeah, like, I don't know. I would love to see that. I would say if Ryan couldn't make it, the other spot would have to go to KBR or Ray Ray.
Ooh,
so that's the reason I don't put Ray on the new squad because he's
been there since the
day
game
one.
launched.
Day one, $10,000 money match.
He's been there.
Fanatic,
he's been there since day one.
That's the only reason. That's not no disrespect to Ray Ray. I just put the 5 of y'all above Ray, and I don't think Ray's gonna argue with that.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Okay, I mean, maybe we'll see. You can see it one day. I would love for it to happen.
You know, hopefully before we're all old and gray, right? Like,
I mean, we're getting there. we're getting some grays. If so, when Marvel 3 got announced at Evo, how fast did the tears come?
The tears? What do you mean?
When you
oh,
your tears, bro.
I was like totally caught off guard, right?
So you didn't know?
I had an inkling. But then, you know, but I was like, I heard rumors, right?
Rumors.
Yeah, but I'm like, okay, it's, you know, after they announced KOF, I was like, well, I guess it's not happening.
Yeah, oh, I see.
Because they were like 3v3 game. I was like, this is it. This is it. They were right. And then it was not right. And I was like, well, now I just feel stupid. So now I kind of gave up. And then when they said it, it hits you like a ton of bricks, bro. It's just like, it's sad things and happy things really catch you off guard. Because even if you know it's happening, when it's like when you a dad, you know what I mean? Father of the year, by the way. I see all the shorts and stuff. Right. Harper's the sweetest. Not to you, but to everybody else.
No, I only show the good things about her. That's what every parent does.
But like you, for 9 months, you knew you were having Harper.
Yeah.
But then when she come out and you hold her in your arms, it's like, oh no, you weren't ready for that.
That you're right. I did cry because it just came out. Like I just started crying.
Yeah. And
it was one of those things where I was like really surprised about because it's like we're preparing it already. So it's like, but I think it's the magic. Yeah, it is the magic. And you knew for 9 months, and that wasn't a rumor. Yeah. It wasn't like your wife was like, I may be having a baby in a few months. It's more like, no, this is when it's happening. Yep. This is the time it's happening. And then boom, you see it happen, and it hits you like a ton of bricks. It hits you so hard emotionally. So like, just like the way that you have your daughter, I have my son, Marvel versus Capcom 3. Capcom 3. I mean, it's a great game. It's one of those games where you could probably play for the rest of your life, right? That type of thing.
I probably will. You know what's great about Marvel 3? Like, obviously, someone like yourself or Chris or Flocker, you guys were all great at all kinds of fighting games, right? You know, obviously the previous Marvel, Street Fighters, SNK games, you know, hell, you even beat MFCR and Guilty Gear, doesn't matter. Obviously, we've seen what Chris can do. You know, Flocker was actually mad good at a lot of different games as well. F-Champ was great at Street Fighter 4. I don't know if he played much 5, but he was godlike.
Yeah, he got 7 at Evo.
Oh, he did. Like the first couple of years or something like that?
The first year.
Yeah. So, like, you guys were great fighting game players and Marvel players, right? But I think the beauty of Marvel 3 is it lets people that are ass at fighting games also be good if they commit a ridiculous amount of time to it, right? Like, there's a lot of people that play Marvel 3 that will never be good at a different fighting game because, I don't know, Marvel 3 kind of lets you play in your own way, and sometimes it may work, and those guys may not win Evo championships, but at the same time, those guys could go up there and get top 16, you know, maybe get a top 8, get some recognition, and, you know, and feel good about what they did and might win a smaller major or something like that. They're not going to go back and win Evo 2015, but, you know, maybe they won Evo 2023.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, we'll see if Jabro's good at any other games. You know,
would you say it's a little scrubby?
It could be. It could be because it's scrubby, but also at the same time, it's kind of like Smash Brothers. Smash. I don't think Smash Brothers is scrubby.
It's not scrubby.
Yeah,
I don't think it's scrubby.
Yeah, I think it's the same motherfuckers that are winning every single time. But at the same time, you know, you every once in a while, like in Melee, you get obviously that Donkey Kong player was kind of godlike, but you know, and we all knew he was good, but we didn't know he was top 5 good at the biggest, Melee tournament of the year. Like, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about, like, where it's like you have so much freedom of expression versus like other fighting games that are much more, you're playing within the rails. Yeah, you're playing in the rails. You're playing within the system.
You got to follow rules.
Yeah. This is +2. It's always going to be +2.
Yeah.
This is how you're supposed to do it. and there's an optimal answer for everything.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know frame data at all when it comes to Marvel.
I know some, but it's kind of pointless if you can cancel into something else.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not launcher, where you can't cancel into anything else, it really doesn't matter.
But the thing is, people be throwing them launchers out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, a lot of those launchers are like -1, even on block, so makes sense.
Yeah, I actually don't know frame data at all when it comes to Marvel 3. I just chicken guard and I'm like, okay, it's punishable in chicken guard.
Yeah, that's it.
Right?
Because there's so much freedom.
Yeah, there's so much freedom.
So that allows somebody like yourself to continue to dominate because you have great fighting game skills, but it also allows somebody else who is Joe Schmo from Kentucky who is like, this is the game I'm good at, and I've dedicated way more hours into this than anybody else, and I'll keep up.
Yeah.
I may not beat him, but I can at least not make a fool out of myself.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they can always upset somebody. That's just how it is sometimes.
Who's the worst player you ever lost to in Marvel 3?
Worst player I ever lost to?
I feel like that sounds derogatory, so now you're going to be cautious about it.
No, I'm not. I will keep it. You know what it is? Okay, so I think there's a lot of people I lost to that I'm like, man, I got scrubbed out. So I think the worst person I lost to in terms of like they won because like I just guessed wrong on Virgil and scrubbed me out. Shady K.
Shady K. That's the worst player you lost to?
Shady
K is still pretty good.
But the problem, you know why? Because the way he won, it was just X Factor 3 Virgil, three games straight.
That's Marvel, baby.
3 games straight. I feel like I like okay, maybe 1 I can afford, but 3.
You know, Momochi did that to me in Evo 2012 before I knew about Marvel. He played Mag Doom Virgil.
Virgil'd you?
Yeah, he just Virgil'd me every game.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm crushing Mag Doom. He's like, call the assist, it's over, you're done.
Yeah.
And I didn't know, in summer of 2012, I didn't know that X Factor Virgil was so dangerous.
Yeah, I would say when I'm playing Marvel 3 seriously, it might have been just Shady K as like the worst like person I lost to in terms of like, man, like I can't believe I lost to this guy.
So you never lost to somebody you haven't heard of ever?
The only one I could think of, but I don't really count it because I was still playing like Iron Fist, was a Kinder Party.
Damn! You know, I said some Joe Schmo from Kentucky, so shout out to my homie Kinder Party.
Yeah.
Good shit, baby.
Yeah, I was playing Iron Fist, and I'm like, yeah, I deserve it, bro. I'm playing Iron Fist. He actually made me retire Iron Fist. When I lost to him, I was like, yeah, this ain't it. This ain't it. I need to go pick some real shit. I need to go back to my. But when I started picking like my main stuff, it was definitely like Shady K. That was the one because I was like, damn, I just lost to 3 Virgils. Yeah. And I'm like, that's scrubby sometimes. You know, they don't even know where they're going.
Well, we're gonna add another name to that list when me and you play.
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. You think you'll beat me in the first of 10?
I think so.
Yeah?
I think so.
10 what?
I think it'll be like 10-6.
10-6? I only get 6 games?
Yeah, bro.
First of all, I don't think you can block my Storm.
I have Lariat.
No, you still have to block it.
You just push block until Lariat?
No, if you're Hulk and Sentinel,
yeah.
How are you Lariat? You're not Lariating that.
I just chicken guard Lariat assist.
No,
what are you gonna do?
You're gonna block Tatsu and you're grounded.
You think I'm gonna block Tatsu?
Yeah.
And not hit Tatsu?
You're gonna block Tatsu.
Oh no! See, I don't think you understand how I play, Justin.
No. I mean, what I'm good at is pinning somebody down.
Yeah.
If I could pin KBR down, then I can pin you down.
I'm way more random and scrubby than KBR.
No, KBR is the scrubbiest.
Wow.
Actually, I hated. I was upset I lost him in 2015.
You did lose to him.
No, in 2015, it pissed me off the most because I was up 2 games.
You allowed the 2015.
I did. It was my fault. I'm sorry, but maybe all of you guys are happy. But
I'm happy.
But look, the 2 games, I was up 2 games. Okay, and then in every single game, I won. Like first game I won, he came in Lariat, baited that out 1 after that. Second game, baited that out 1 after that. Third game, I'm like, okay, same scenario. I'm like, all right, there's no way he's dumb enough to come down and Lariat this time because then it would have been 3 times in a row that I baited that shit. He Lariated the third time in a row and cooked me.
Yeah.
And then I got hit with the classic, happy birthday, and then goes to game 4. Hulk just gets the game. You know how Hulk does. And then goes to a 5th game. I go, here we go.
That's why I love Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Here we go. Oh, that was a tough loss. That was definitely my fault because everyone blamed me for that year. They actually did. Because I think let's say if I did beat KVR, I think either Apology Man or Ray Ray would have won that year.
Well, maybe you would have won again.
Nah, I couldn't. I couldn't. That was a time where I couldn't beat Ray Ray. Ray Ray had my number that year. Like Ray Ray figured like how to escape and not like ever.
Well, the thing that you like to do, he is very good at avoiding.
Yeah, exactly.
That's his specialty.
I probably would had to like switch to Virgil Storm Akuma or even like try to scrub out with Nova. We'll see. Yeah. Do you speak Korean?
I can speak very little, enough to get by in like a restaurant.
Like 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
Yeah,
야 주콜레.
Yeah, you know what?
You know that one?
What was that?
야 주콜레?
Oh, 주고 싶어?
No, what?
Like what?
What's that one?
It's like, do you want to die?
Yeah, 주콜레.
Yeah,
주콜레.
Yeah, there's like so many different ways to it. It's like juk means like 주고 싶어, like you know. Like you want to die, but then if you say like juk 먹고 싶어, that means like you want to eat porridge. So like it's Korean's mad weird.
So I didn't even know that because I watched you ever watch like Korean like movies back in the day?
I watched some Korean movies. I'm more of a K-drama kind of guy, so I watch a ton of K-dramas.
Like I mean now it's very popular K-dramas, but like I think like back in the day was like the movies were like
the more popular. Yeah,
because my Korean friend introduced me to the movies. So I watched this movie called My Sassy Girl. You ever watch My Sassy Girl?
I've heard of it, but I have not seen it.
It's a 10 out of 10.
Really?
It's a 10 out of 10 movie.
I don't know why I struggle to commit to movies, but I can commit to a 50-minute episode.
That's crazy. There's like 16 episodes.
My brain is so weird. And then I'll watch all 16 of them, but then I'm like, I don't want to watch a 2-hour movie.
I don't know.
My brain is
I would love for 2-hour movies to be more popular in Korean standard culture.
You could fit most K-dramas into a 2-hour movie.
You can. Yeah, you definitely can. So every time I go to Korea, it's the funniest thing. I don't know Korean, but I'll be like, I'll like order something, and I'm trying to get their attention. They're like, oh, foreigner, right? I'm like, 저기요, right?
저기요,
right? And then my wife will be like, you know, they're gonna come here and thinking you speak Korean, and they were. And I was like, maybe. And then they come and they start talking Korean.
Of course.
And I'm like, yeah, we got smoked, but we got her attention though.
Yeah.
That's the most important part, right?
I always get mistaken for Chinese when I'm in Korea.
You're Chinese? You know, they think you're Chinese.
Yeah, I'm half Chinese.
Okay.
So I'm half Korean, half Chinese, but I only speak Korean. I've never, ni hao, and that's about it. So,
ni hao.
But like, I don't know. Every time I go over there, I think like all the food court ladies think I'm Chinese, so they just start speaking to me in Chinese, and I'm just like,
oh, they got Chinese too. They speak in Chinese there.
Yeah.
I didn't know they speak Chinese.
A lot of Korean people know Chinese.
Yeah, I actually didn't know that. Yeah. What do you think the FGC is missing in terms of tournaments?
What do you mean missing in tournaments?
Like if you go to a tournament, you're like, man, this is what we're missing.
Like, what do we not have there?
Yeah.
Yeah. What can we add to
like
an
what
FGC tournament?
What do you want to add?
I would like to add. In my dream world, I want to add like 0-2 tournaments or 1-2 tournaments.
Okay.
So like when you go 0-2 or 1-2 in the bracket, I want to add a tournament just for you. I think a lot of people that run tournaments compete, top level players, which, obviously that's the attraction, right? People want to come and watch a Tokido or Daigo or a JWong come and play. So that's the attraction. But also at the same time, there's a lot of players that want to compete, but they're just not at that level, right? They're not even at the level below it. They're like many, many levels below it. Like they're going 0-2 and 1-2, and they want a way to find more matches, but they're maybe a little too shy to ask for casuals. Yeah, so I want to give an opportunity for these people to compete against each other and play in another tournament, get some more officially sanctioned matches, you know what I mean? Feel like you're getting to compete and actually play instead of getting smoked because they ran into you in the first round.
Hey, that's your seeding.
They're unseeded. But like we do that at TNS online tournaments. Yeah, and that's a huge thing for me. Like obviously there's no extra benefit for us doing it. We just pay TOs, for the extra time or whatever. Or I don't know what they do, Duelist figures it out. But whatever he does, I'm like, this is something that I want for all the games. I don't care if it's 4 people or 40 people or 100 people. I want people to be able to play more matches, because I know that once they're done with the tournament, they're going to be shy about asking for matches. They're going to try to go back on ranked. blah, 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 which is cool if you're playing ranked for Street Fighter or Tekken, but some of these other games may not have as many players active. So.
Yeah. Do they get, like, whoever wins the 0-2 tournaments online, do they get a prize?
No, there's no prize for it because we don't want people to, like, try to, like...
Do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
But, we try to shout them out on stream and stuff like that.
I see that. Do you know what's the first 0-2 tournament to ever exist?
No.
So the first 0-2 tournament that was ever ran was at a West Coast Warzone.
Oh, that's old.
In 2010, right? And you know what the prize for the 0-2 tournament was?
What was it?
It was a great prize. It's the winner of that got during the time $100 worth of Bitcoin.
2010?
Yeah.
So that person is now a billionaire.
No, because they refused to make a digital wallet.
Oh my God. I don't know if that's worse or better than the guy who bought pizza with like 40,000 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So it was insane because I'm just like,
$100 of Bitcoin.
If I could go back in time, I would go in that tournament, lose on purpose, and just get that $100 Bitcoin. Because you know what's crazy, right? Because like I feel like if you made a digital wallet, you're like, all right, sure, I'll just take it. You would just probably just forget about it and then be like, eventually be like, wait, how much Bitcoin is? And then you just try to somehow recover your account.
Yeah.
Right? That's what your main priority was. But the guy was too lazy. He's like, no, I just wanted to play in the tournament. I didn't really care about the prize.
They didn't give it to the second place person?
No, they didn't.
No one took it?
No one took it.
The TO didn't keep it?
I don't know what the TO did, but it was.
Is this why West Coast Warzone doesn't exist anymore? That guy's a billionaire now?
No, they just stopped.
I don't know.
Yeah, they just stopped. But that was just I always tell that story so much because I'm just like, man, what if that one guy, he would literally be the #1 tournament winner of all time.
Yeah.
When it comes to just like probably any game, not even just fighting games, just like the world of esports.
You know, they always talk about a Capcom Cup. We have crowned our first FGC millionaire. Remember the first year they had the $1 million prize pool? And they don't realize that they already crowned an FGC billionaire this whole time.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But I don't know. That guy is still in FGC, and you won that 0-2 tournament. Shame on you, bro.
Yeah, we don't know who that is, do we?
Because I don't think it was never like streamed or you know, it's one of those. If anything, it might be on the SRK forums if you like go to the archives. But it's definitely, there was no event hubs at the time or any of that type of stuff. So no Liquipedia. So you would have to go deep in the archives of the internet.
That's crazy.
Have you ever made a female character in a fighting game?
I don't think so. I usually
you like big guys.
Yeah. I usually just main characters that look like me. So, you know, I play Honda. I've been playing Honda.
But Honda's cool.
Honda is cool. I love Honda. I've been playing him since 91, 92.
Oh, no, see, he wasn't cool then.
No, I mean, that's just like when I got a Super Nintendo or a Super Famicom, whatever we called it back then.
Yeah.
I was like, Street Fighter 2 was the first cartridge I got.
And you chose Honda.
Yeah.
Well, of all characters.
Yeah.
What made you like, hey, this is the dude?
I don't know. I was just magnetized to him. Also, because if I mashed the buttons really hard,
the 100 hands.
Yeah, and I was like, oh man, look at this! Look what I can do.
See,
I was 7 years old.
See, for me, when I chose my first character, you probably couldn't guess my first character.
Ooh.
My first Street Fighter 2 character, there's no way. I don't think
Street Fighter 2 character.
Yeah. Think of the way how you were like, oh, Honda had this cool ass move, and that's why I picked them.
Okay.
Think of that concept.
I would say then you probably picked Dawson.
No.
No?
Hell no.
No?
No. I picked Bison. Because when you did Side Crusher, the other character turned blue.
Oh, okay.
That was sick.
I don't know how old you were when you first started playing. I should have probably asked that first.
I was probably like 7, 8.
Oh, okay. Because when I was that age, I was like, yo, my arms can go really long. And I was like, yo, that's really cool.
You know why? Because I felt like when you first look at the character select screen, I don't know, Dawson didn't look cool to me at the character select screen. But then I saw like the demo play, and I see Bison. I was like, wow, that's kind of, the torpedo is kind of cool. So that's why I picked Bison.
So you were able to do special moves at 7 years old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
so I can only actually, it's 50-50. I could do only charge moves.
Oh.
I couldn't do quarter circle forward.
Yeah, I struggle with that D-pad on the Super Nintendo. That's hard, man.
You know why? Because when I see like quarter circle forward, I'm like, how do I do that, right?
Yeah.
I'm doing like Mortal Kombat commands, like boom, boom, boom. But the instruction guide would say, for charge characters, you count 2 seconds and then you tap forward punch.
Yeah.
So I just count 2 seconds in my head.
That made a lot more sense.
And then
to
like
me.
forward punch. I'm like, oh, that's understand. So that's easy to understand.
Yeah.
Right. People don't even do the whole 2 seconds now. Like
it's like 45 frames now or something like that.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
But the thing is, it's like
It's not long.
Even when people would tell me in the chat would be like, yeah, I have trouble doing charge moves because it's like I do it too fast. I was like, well, how I learned was you just count 2 seconds in your head. But the thing is, it's probably like 1.25 seconds now.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you could still use that as a measure, and then eventually you'll understand how fast charges are, and that's how you do it. But yeah, that's how I figured out how to do charge moves.
Yeah, it's not like there's like a counter in your head. It's just like you just feel like I've been holding down back long enough.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna let it go.
Did you watch F Champ vs KBR like live?
Nah, I didn't watch it live. I watched YouTube. I didn't watch a lot of Twitch. I was not a big Twitch guy.
Okay.
I know it's very weird now because my whole life revolves around that.
Yeah.
But I did not actually watch a lot of Twitch until until COVID.
Okay.
So like so it was like I didn't watch it live, but someone showed me the YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is great. I also didn't watch a lot of YouTube, but I was a boomer. But yeah, no, I was like, yo, I watched it like the same week after. It was crazy.
Were you still using that team? Were you using that team from day one?
Yeah, I used that team since vanilla.
So before KBR.
Yeah, and I stayed with Rocket Punch the whole way.
Yeah.
So. Like,
So when you saw that, were you like, because obviously there was some build up.
Oh yeah.
Like the day before and everything, like Champ was super disrespectful to KBR, and then all of a sudden the grand finals happened. It looked like cinema.
Yeah.
At that point, right?
It was definitely suspense. It was definitely suspense. TNT knows drama type.
Right, TNT knows drama. So why do you push for karaoke?
Oh, I love karaoke.
Is it because that's a you thing?
Yeah, I think it's so much fun.
Okay.
We used to, after locals, we would go to a bar that was like 5 minutes down the street. They served food till 3 a.m. And every Sunday night they'd have karaoke, and our tournaments on every week would be on Sundays. So we just right after we'd go over there to eat, we'd sing karaoke, have some drinks, and I was like, yo, this is so much fun. And and I was like, what if we did it with other people? And then I saw, shout outs to Brett. I saw Brett do it at a FGC event. I was like, yo, we need to do that at more FGC events.
Yeah.
So, and then that's why I'm like, now I'm pushing it for every event. Yeah.
Because
you like singing karaoke?
Yeah, I mean, we sang.
Didn't we sing together?
Yeah, we sang. I forget what song we sang. I did a Backstreet Boy one.
Yeah.
I did a song with Hungry Box at TNS.
Yes, now I remember.
Yes.
TNS9.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think I did a few songs.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, karaoke for me, I like it, but I think I just suck at it.
I'm way worse of a singer than you are.
No, I think you have a more angelic voice than me.
No, nothing about this voice is angelic.
Say a verse.
Like, let's see.
Like say this is "You Are My Fire."
You are my fire.
Yeah, that's solid.
No, that's terrible. That's terrible. Yeah.
Okay. What about Judge mine. All
right.
right. You are my fire.
Bro, that sounds good.
No, it don't
that
sound
sounds
good.
better than mine.
Oh.
Yeah, look, the comments will let you know.
I feel like mine's not that good. I feel like I don't have a.
That sounded good. I think you don't know what you sound like.
I don't know. Okay, I don't have a. What's that?
Tone?
There's a word for it. It's like there's no change of. Yeah, it's like it's some type of tone, but there was a word for it where it sounds like there's no rhythm.
Yeah, I actually have no rhythm.
Yeah, I have no rhythm.
I am musically untalented.
Yeah,
I can't play an instrument.
I wish I could.
You never played an instrument?
My family was too poor.
Oh, okay, yeah. My family was poor, but also I couldn't even like play the clarinet. We had like a plastic clarinet that my sister had. I couldn't play it. And we had a harmonica in the house once. Couldn't play it. Anytime I saw a piano, couldn't play it.
Like I could play DDR.
See, I couldn't even do that.
You can't play DDR.
No. I can't even do Guitar Hero.
Wait, you can't do Guitar Hero?
I can only do the first 4.
Me too. I can't do the 5th. The pinky.
Okay.
The pinky is tough.
Yeah. I can't do. I don't have rhythm. I feel like people that are like naturally good at fighting games.
Yeah.
Have natural rhythm as well.
So I can do DDR pretty good.
Yeah.
There's this game called Paradise where you wave your hands.
Oh, I've seen that.
I'm good at that. But I'm good at rhythm games. But the whole this 4 fingers and then I gotta switch like this. Like I can't grasp that.
So you're not playing on one of those leverless controls with the 36 buttons yet?
If I play leverless controller, I'm using only 6 buttons. Oh. I'm not using like the other buttons, and I'm like, how do people get there? Like,
yeah, I don't understand. People are like,
what's the point of all these other buttons? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but no, I didn't know you had like, I don't know. I mean, you obviously have some rhythm, but you don't have like. I figure you were killing it on like expert level because I feel like people that are good at fighting games usually have really good rhythm.
Okay, so if you give me like, let's say, if it's a rhythm game that's like 5 buttons and it's like right in front of me and I can use both my hands, I'm cooking.
Okay.
But if it's like 5 buttons and I got 4 fingers,
that's no good.
I'm done because I can't get to boom to boom. I could DJ Hero. You better play DJ Hero.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Bro,
I sucked at it.
I'm nasty at DJ Hero because it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like,
so you have rhythm. You have rhythm. Are you coordinated though? Were you good at sports? Were you good at like catching balls? I mean, not. You know.
Okay. I'm good at dodgeball.
You're good at dodgeball?
Like, yeah, I'm okay. My throw is ass, but my catch is OD.
Oh, so you have coordination.
I'm a catcher.
You have hand-eye coordination.
But my throw is garbage. Like I throw like 10 miles per hour.
Okay. But you have hand-eye coordination. That's good. You're on the hands team.
You know what I used to do dodgeball? So when I catch the balls, I would slide the ball back to them.
I said, try again.
Yeah. I'm like, because if I throw it, they're catching it. You know?
No.
That's how slow my throw is.
Damn, okay.
But that's I just like, you could have it. Try to hit me.
I was always good at sports, but I was never good at like anything that involved rhythm. Anything that involved like tapping something in a rhythmic sense.
Okay.
But if it's like, I don't know, if it's like throwing or catching a football or.
See, I can catch football. I can't throw.
Yeah, and like anything like that, hitting baseballs. I played tennis. I played every sport, and I had great hand-eye coordination, but I had no rhythm.
So you can shoot a 3.
You know, I'm like,
because everyone can shoot 3s now.
My range is like 18. You know what I mean? I should have played basketball in the 70s. You know?
Okay. So you're a free throw guy.
Yeah, I could hit free throws.
Okay.
I could hit a consistent free throw.
Okay.
3-point is a little out of my range. You know, it's.
So if we played horse.
Oh yeah, I would cook you.
You would cook me?
I would cook you, bro.
I feel like I'm okay. I can't throw 3s, but my 2s are pretty good.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
we gotta see.
My 2s are good. I always wanted to play tennis because I'm good at badminton.
Oh, okay. I mean, it kind of translates. So I played a lot of tennis growing up. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Because you could stall.
Yeah, but you have, it requires the same kind of coordination skill, just not at the same speed. But as long as you can swing and you can hit, I feel like it could translate. I never played badminton. I only ever played tennis.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I feel like you should coordinate an FGC sports game.
I would love that. So
like if we do like a dodgeball, like
dodgeballs,
10v10.
I think kickball would actually make a lot of sense.
Kickball?
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, if you do kickball, it has to be like kickball where from home base to first base, it has to be similar to baseball.
Yeah.
Because when you do kickball at school, it's so short.
Yeah.
So I never played like real kickball. I only played kickball at school, where it's like it's impossible to get out if you kick the ball. You have you know what I mean? There's no way.
That's true. So I mean, it's kind of like, it depends on which baseball game you're talking about. If you're talking like MLB, that's like 90 feet.
Okay.
That's a long. I mean, half the FGC is going to be tired.
Yeah.
Once they get to
I'll
first
be done.
base.
I'll be done.
Yeah, they're like, okay, substitute runner, like. So yeah, I mean, we can go like high school level maybe. I think which is like 60, 70 feet. I think. I can't remember.
You think you can beat me like in a foot race?
Oh yeah.
You ever see me run?
No, that's why.
You never see me run. I'm pretty fast.
Are you? You just told me you can't throw a ball fast.
Oh, no, yeah, but I'm ass at throwing, but I'm from New York.
Oh, you did say you're good at DDR, which means you probably have a lot of leg strength. But I mean, half of throwing is leg strength. No,
and it's
core
not.
strength.
Wait, is it?
Yeah, it's about using your core and your legs if you're playing dodgeball. It's not just your arms.
You've probably never seen this, huh?
Let's see here.
You ever seen this? This is Justin Wong versus Martin. This is 2009.
You and Marn
in a race. So they're discussing a handicap because they're like, there's no way Martin can beat me straight up from the same line. So they're giving him a block, like a square. They give him a square.
All right.
So we can just fast forward. And I'm barefoot, by the way. Okay. Because I was wearing flip flops.
Man, that's 09 you?
Yeah. I was a little thin.
You were a baby.
But I was here 24 years old.
Damn. I remember being 24. All right, let's see.
Okay, judging this race, you tell me if you beat me in a foot race.
All right. Oh, free.
You beat me?
Free.
I'm not fast?
You have no running form.
What do you mean? Look. I got no running form?
You got no running form. You fast.
Look.
You got good footwork.
Yo, look at the consistency on my feet though.
Your strides are kind of short. You look like Deion Sanders when he's kind of high stepping into the end zone. Dang, I can't believe Martin. Is this what happened to Martin's leg, or is that?
No, that was later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was later. But
okay.
he tried. So why he fell? He tried to do a baseball slide.
No way.
That's what he said.
Bro, what the heck was he thinking? There was also, you could tell there was no way. You could have gave him 2 blocks, you would have beat him.
Yeah.
There's no way. Now I don't know if I would beat that Justin now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a lot older now.
I beat this Justin.
I'm a lot older now, but I still think I'm pretty fast.
No, that Justin is fast enough to beat me today.
No, I think my current self can beat you.
My current self?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have to race. One of us is gonna tear an ACL tomorrow.
Yeah, I think my current self, I can.
All right, we're gonna race tomorrow though.
Yeah, because
40-yard dash.
How far is 40-yard dash?
About 120 feet.
Like back and back?
No, just one way.
Just one way?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, because I don't think I could keep the same amount of speed coming back.
I think if either one of us try to turn fast, we'll tear ACL.
That's it.
I think that's it. I think that's over for both of us at that point.
Oh shoot! Yeah, I mean, we could definitely run that.
We're gonna find out.
We'll find a spot. Or we could find a spot like in at the hotel CEO, because then it's AC.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
There's parking lot out here. There's grass out here. We could do it out. We could do it outside tomorrow. Record it. We'll get somebody to record it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Honestly, we're talking a lot about doing sport activities. It'd be hilarious if we did hold like the first competitive FGC sport activities, but no athletic people. Y'all stay out. You know what I mean? But like,
I would love it be like all the let's say top 8 players versus let's say the commentators, or versus theme teams.
Some of these guys are kind of athletic though. Bro, Vicious look like he's been working out. You know what I mean?
That's true. He is.
And Sherry looked like she'll smoke all of us in a race. So I don't know.
Oh, she might cook in the race, but I feel like there's some people that's what I'm saying. I want to see let's say I remember Punk say he's fast, but then Rob TV cooked him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Rob is athletic though.
That's what I'm saying. Fair. No, but Punk said he was gonna cook Rob.
Oh, okay, I can't see it.
So it might be one of those things, but I don't know. I think it'll be pretty fun to do something that's
we
different.
should put something together.
Yeah.
They had a basketball game in Chicago before Combo Breaker last year.
FGC?
Yeah, FGC basketball. Yeah, I'm surprised nobody got hurt, but
I didn't even know about it though.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think they streamed it.
Did they? I feel like there'll be some cool ass moments. Dodgeball, I think will have. Okay, the problem with basketball is that if you're not good at basketball, the game is going to be ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just misses shots everywhere. Yeah. But dodgeball, you can't be ass at dodgeball. Because the thing is, if you're ass, then you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah.
Right, and that's already a
great
funny.
moment. That's a great moment.
It's a great money, right? Yeah. That's a money. That's a money.
We'll do, and also dodgeball requires less space and can be done indoors.
Yeah, and it's fast.
Yeah. So I think I think we'll do a dodgeball. We should do a dodgeball team selection. Like you pick a team, I pick a team.
No, it should be captains, and it's like you pick like one by one.
Yeah.
Because if you just pick a team, that's just broken. Eventually, you just pick whoever's like the best. But like, if you have a select group of individuals and you choose from the group,
we can do that.
I think that would be pretty fun.
Yeah, we could. If we get enough people, we'll do like 4 captains and 4 teams, and
make it a double elimination bracket.
Yeah, do something like that. Yeah, single elimination bracket is fine. Doesn't matter, whatever.
Okay,
all right.
Do it. Well,
FGC dodgeball tournament.
Dodgeball.
Right?
If you guys want to see that, let me know which players that you're trying to see in the comments. Just let us know like which players who you want to see to either throw a ball or get smacked in the face with a throw. Well, I don't know. I don't. And does head hunting count? Do you know about head hunting?
I guess
in school you couldn't throw at the head.
Yeah, in organized dodgeball tournaments you can't hit people in the head. I think.
Okay.
Or maybe that was just in school.
I mean, the movie Dodgeball, people was getting smacked in the head.
Yeah, but
that's a movie though.
They're also hitting people with wrenches in the head.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, but something that's definitely something planned in the future because I think it will be super fun content.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you jumping in the bed with me.
Yeah, honestly, it's pretty nice. I mean, I'm waiting for the lights to go off, but we'll see.
We gotta manually turn it off. But let the people know where they could find you and everything like that with TNS.
Yeah, you can find me Tong Never Sleeps, or you can find me in Justin's bed, whichever one. It's all good.
Yeah, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode for the podcast, and we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys.
All right.
Peace.